all I really have to say is it's about 1:05 in the morning. It's Mother's Day, and I'm making a video about my trip to San Francisco. Now, you're probably like where you're viewing this at, unless you're like at the site or where I posted this at, you're not going to see any of this information. Maybe in the description bar, which I think is over there. I'm pretty sure it's that way. But besides the point, the people that probably will see this will see probably a paragraph above this video, and then a lot of pictures below this video. Wait, that didn't sound too. Anyway, it'd be below the video, and yeah, so you could see pictures and all that good nonsense. Yes, I do know. Wearing glasses, I got this. Let's see. I don't even know where I can really begin. Oh, I know. Waking up at 4 a.m. to hop on a plane to go to Chicago, actually. And me and my mom were supposed to go on United, but sadly to say, that really didn't seem to work to our advantage. We went to Southwest, and quite frankly, that had to be by far one of the funniest experiences. Not because we had to go to Southwest, it's because I was cracking jokes about Southwest Airlines. Because if you ever went to YouTube and YouTube and type in Southwest commercials, this one commercial is all ghetto slang and whatnot. So I was cracking jokes every time we had to go on a Southwest plane, because United was always, it was either full, like the flight was full, so we couldn't get on it, or there was so many layovers or something that would delay us from not getting on United. So we had to take Southwest all the way to San Francisco, which is pretty different because when we got to Chicago, we normally come in through O'Hara, but we came through Midway this time, and it was my first time in Midway, and I have to say, this is me, this is a personal thing that I like O'Hara. And it's because of the fact that there's people everywhere. In Midway, there was like people, but they're like off to the side, and it was like a big gap. And they had like just had a lot of different kind of restaurants and stuff, but we stayed there for a few hours for our next flight to go underway. And before I go any further, I've always said, especially to my mom, because she flies all the time, I always tell my mom, I cannot go to sleep on an airplane. It won't happen. It's impossible. That was the biggest mistake I've ever saying, because nothing is impossible. It was possible for me to go to sleep, especially if you're looking above. There's probably a picture of me is like out of it. But nonetheless, I actually fell asleep going from Chicago to San Francisco. Getting to San Francisco, when we finally made it, I was ecstatic. We went outside the airport to wait for a bus to pick us up, take us to the hotel. I want to say hotel. It's a hotel. Yeah, hotel. It was a hotel. Like I said, 1 a.m. I'm still kind of... So, yeah. And I look, and like the sun's out, and it feels good outside. I look up, and I don't know who did like the design layout of like the buildings, the architect of like all this. It was just, I'm looking at this, it's like how the roads are built, and I'm like, whoa, this place is, like the roads was just crazy. It was like, and everything's very high, like building wise, up and distorted in weird ways. But I have to say, I never felt more comfortable being there than anywhere else besides New York. But that was a whole different kind of comfortable. And then again, it's different from me actually being in Chicago too. So it was a brand new experience from what I can say. So we finally get to the old hotel, and I'm out. Next thing I know, I'm laying on the bed, and I don't even know what I passed out and went to sleep. So here's my little dilemma at the moment. At the moment, it was the dilemma was that when I got up, it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm still on Virginia time, which would be 5 a.m. in the morning, which is the norm of when I'm up. So I'm up. I'm like, mom's like, she's just like, you better go to sleep, otherwise you're gonna be like this tomorrow. I'm like, but I didn't even feel tired, so I had to force myself to go back to sleep. And every time I did, I would wake up. This like 30 minutes later, be like, how much time is gone? What? Damn. So besides all that, the next day, it was Saturday, and I had an open house to go to the Art Institute in San Francisco. And, we get there. I love the BART system. It's like the subway it reminds me of the subway in New York, but cleaner. But I did, that was an experience all on its own. Like, I know how to work the system. And it's weird. As short of time I've been there, I already know, like, where my stops are at and everything from, the line that I was on. So, we come up to, what was it? I forgot the name of the the stop we got off of. But we go upstairs, and then boom, right there in front of me, I see it. It's like the Art Institute of San Francisco. We walk in there, and I guess this group of people were going in at the same time, right? So me and my mom thinking, hey, that's the open house group. Let's, hurry up and get there. Unfortunately, that was not the open house group. That was the group that was going to start going to the school the next semester. And we didn't find this out until we're eating donuts and drinking juices and stuff. And it just comes to my attention, like me and Mom kind of noticed that all these people seem like they know each other pretty well. And I'm just like, is this the right place? Am I in the right group? So we talked to the woman, and she was like, oh, no, this is for, and so it was like a big confusion. We got some food out of it, so that was cool. But we headed back upstairs, and we were talking to people like, yeah, y'all kind of just threw us into a group that we weren't supposed to be in. So all these other people started coming in, and this is the open house group. And going through the school, I was like inspired to actually do some art, because it's been a while. It's really been a while the last time I've done any art. So seeing all this and all the things that I would learn how to do, and meeting some of the staff, and definitely meeting the principal, it was just, words can't be expressed. I was just so ecstatic about it. I was like, I want to go to school here. Knowing that it's so far from my home was possibly the big adjustment, but I felt as if this school could provide more for me. Yeah. But I'm going to have to cut this part of the video short, because I'm getting to the 10-minute limit, and YouTube's always like, hey, you're not, blah, 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 so 10 minutes is all you get. So this is part 1. I'll be making part 2 really soon. So stick around. Fun's only starting to begin. Wait a minute, that didn't sound right.